Did she tell her that that's not actually milk?
Avocado, ice,
Yeah.
and pumpkin seed,
Anti-nutrients, she won't get any minerals.
Dates.
date,
Pure sugar.
and this. It looks like flour.
It's protein powder.
Flour. She definitely doesn't understand what's going on.
Molasses.
Typical sludge, nothing new here.
Now I'm gonna have an apple.
Sugar again.
I have made Iris some beans and toast. And on the toast I've put a little bit of this dairy-free
No.
sunflower spread. Now,
It's going
I
to
know
mess
it
up
seems
her
like she has
arteries
beans
big
on
time.
toast.
Overload of sugar and anti-nutrients from the noodles.
So for dinner,
Broccoli
I'm
is
gonna
toxic,
have-
it kills cells.
And some oranges.
All she gets is sugar. That's what plants are made out of.
No.
Anti-nutrients, sugar. At least he understands that it's not real milk, but he doesn't understand how unhealthy it is.
With some mushrooms, lentils, and courgette, some pasta,
Trying to
and
replicate
garlic
meat.
bread. So I'm just
Typical.
gonna eat this now. It mainly tastes like the lemon. I can't taste any sugar.
Do you like it though?
Yeah.
It's all
gonna make
sugar.
another one?
Carbohydrates equal
Yeah.
sugar. None of the kids got any of these nutrients. This is a crime. Where's the health? Plants and exercise both are unhealthy.
Hi.
Sunglasses,
Was not good.
you're messing up your eyes.
And I'm gonna try and make some sort of buckwheat granola instead.
Grains are seeds. It's the worst food for humans.
Hey.
It's absolute poison.
Whoa, my microphone wasn't on.
Maybe you still have some memory problems? Every grain has gluten. Every grain. And they're all seeds. They're all toxic to humans.
Some tahini, hazelnuts. I feel like I should crush the hazelnuts.
It's so incredibly
Crush the
poisonous.
hazelnuts. This is actually working.
You get a lot of bloating and digestive issues from it.
Then I'm gonna put the tahini.
The granola is really good. The chocolate coconut yogurt is not my ideal thing to have with breakfast. I much prefer the
None of
vanilla
this
one, but
exists in
still good.
nature.
I'm gonna focus on eating this slowly and making sure I
That's
chew
why
it
you're
really
sick.
well because
Pretty good
Working
now,
out
to be honest.
decreases
I was really sore for the
longevity,
first 2 days, but
increases
now I'm feeling really
stress.
good. I
It's
made sure I
terrible.
rolled and stretched so that I
I
could
really do
recover.
like.
Are there any
researching. I
stairs
feel
in
like it's good for
nature?
Cardio for me. It gets my
At least
heart
then
rate
walk
up, and I
real
really do
stairs.
feel
Why
the
would
burn
you
in my
stand
hamstrings
there
and
like a
stuff.
slave
I just really
and
like
walk
using
stairs
that
on a
as
machine?
exercise and did some side
She can't
crunches.
digest any of the
This is
food
one of
she
the
eats,
few,
and she works out.
exercises that
How can
don't
she gain
aggravate my
weight?
back, so I always
She's
do
just
these, and I
deteriorating.
just really-
What exactly are you
and
trying to
yeah, I
burn?
find that
You have
that's
no
a really
fat,
good exercise.
you're
So I
probably
did 10 reps
infertile.
of that and then did it
What's
for
the
8 to
point?
someone.
Grains
A little bit
destroy
about this
the
in the past
gut.
before, but
That's
today's video is
directly
actually
linked
in
to
collaboration
mental
with Audible,
health.
And if you don't know what Audible is,
Nobody
it's
else
just
is
an
going to
online
help
site
you.
that normally have the time to
Eat
read.
some
There
high
are so many
meat.
books on there that I feel like
It
have
will
had
create
such a big
feel
impact on my
good
life, but
hormones.
one that I want to mention
Because you
in this
actually
video
feed the
is
gut something that it
called The
wants,
Power of
and
Vulnerability
it sends
by
these
Brené
hormones
Brown.
to
You
the
guys
brain.
probably haven't mentioned before.
Read the
It's
book by
about
Ajnes van der
it's
Plant.
personal
We
growth and
want to live.
development. We love that.
All of your health
Yes.
issues will be
Right
gone.
now, some almond butter.
Seeds have the highest concentration of anti-nutrients. Why would you take that if you have mental issues? You're destroying your gut. Oh. Cancer cells mutate to adapt to an unnatural lifestyle. For example, if you smoke, then you will simply adapt to smoking, but in the end, yes, the organ is going to fail. It's very simple, and there's books written about this. You can read Cancer is Not a Disease, It's a Survival Mechanism, or We Want to Live by Ajnes van der Plant. It's very well researched. If somebody lives and smokes for 10 years, then it's simply going to take a while for them to develop it, and we don't know what kind of cigarettes they're smoking. Some have a lot of toxins, for example. Some simply smoke natural tobacco. Of course, the cells mutate for a reason. Why would they simply mutate? It's because something is triggering it, and these are the toxins or whatever else they're doing that is unnatural, right? Because in nature people don't get cancer. If a dog is fed an unnatural diet, it's going to get cancer. A lot of dogs nowadays are dying from cancer. They say that the treatment is pretty much no way to heal them. It warns people that are going to die from it. If doctors prescribe medicine which is labeled as deadly to cancer patients, then they're killing them. The hospitals are killing them. By definition, there's no argument because they are. They tell them they have pretty much no chance to survive. How is that not murder? That is by definition murder, because I don't promote smoking, but most likely he's talking about the pesticides that they use to grow tobacco with, and also the sugar that they put in cigarettes, not what actually naturally occurs in tobacco.
Guys enjoy
That's
something
irrelevant.
like that?
Your whole
Let me know
body
in
is
the
made
comment
out of
section below. Thank you
saturated
to
animal
Fireshark,
fat.
Daniel Seibel, and Shirk.
A bunch of carrots, some cilantro, or in the UK we call this
Does he
coriander,
realize that
celery,
all of
2
those
red
vegetables are
onions,
man-made?
some garlic,
Probably not.
and then a bunch of other kind of got any
But you know that you don't need
tips.
to cook. You used to eat raw meat, man.
Chop this bit
You
off.
understand that it's
Definitely going to
useless.
cut my fingers. Good tip, I guess, if you're like
Onions
struggling
make you
emotionally
cry
and
because
you
you're
need
not
to have a
supposed
good
to eat
cry,
them. It's
just
a
chop
toxin.
onions. It's like it could trigger
Stupid.
all that emotion. Oh my god. Do you know what I didn't do as well? I
It's
don't know if
toxins
because
leaving
I
the body
washed
through
vegetables.
mucus. Come on.
Always remember to take the stickers off.
You're
your
not listening to your
vegetables
body
for free.
whatsoever. Because you know that I'm a vegan. No nutrition, no vitamins, no
didn't
minerals, no pa pa pa
didn't
pa.
work.
That's all that I see.
It's like a whole skill, like just.
Garlic is one of the most
Guessing you
toxic
don't want these
things
raw
out
bits.
there.
Yeah. So check this out.
Nice, let's have some fucking toxic
Then you're
heavy
left
metals with our
A
food
blunt
from the
pierce,
can.
but a sharp can. And then what thing do we stir with this batch?
Tell the difference between
It's extremely
meat and
toxic.
this.
Look at
So
the
we're gonna
ingredients.
mix up and do a taste test and see what people think.
The Impossible Burgers are already carcinogenic by themselves, but when you cook it like this with the brown and black stuff, it's just pure death. Yeah, let's just eat for taste with no nutrients. Yeah, super cool. Soy?
Wow.
You look bad, man. You look
I think it's
unhealthy.
indistinguishable. I think you could give this to someone that eats.
Hey. The definition of anemia made another video of what she feeds her baby. Here's the thing. It's breast milk, okay? Which is animal milk, right? Vegans may not understand this. It's animal excretion, just so you get it, okay? It's full of cholesterol, saturated animal fat, exactly the things that you demonize. So I guess that after 2, 3, 4 years it somehow becomes carcinogenic and causes heart disease, right? Even though all of our cells are made out of those nutrients. We already understand that they're completely mentally retarded, but here's the thing. If she feeds the baby the breast milk, then what's her argument for not feeding it any other animal foods? Eggs, made out of the same as breast milk. Any other animal's milk, same thing. Cow's milk may have a little bit more calcium, but goat's milk is pretty much the same. If a woman who's vegan can't breastfeed her child, then she could simply use goat's milk, right? But they wouldn't. Why? Why not feed her simply meat? It's made out of the same as the breast milk. It's all the same nutrients and everything, the same compounds, because it's an animal food. So what's the argument? It's always moral. And where do morals come from? From religions. So if she feeds the baby breast milk, she cannot say that it's unhealthy. There's no way for a vegan to say, yeah, I feed it saturated fat and cholesterol, but I don't feed animal foods. They cannot say it's unhealthy because they already feed the baby that stuff. So they can't say that it's unhealthy for humans. So this is such a
It's like people
right.
keep, or not keep, but people were asking me.
It's
you know,
mostly
these
getting
longer
its
vegan
nutrients
videos
from
and whatnot.
animal food.
A lot of people have asked me to
But
do
it's vegan?
why I'm still vegan. So every single day, when a kid
Absolute poison. There's no supplement out there that's ever been proven to work. Ever. There's never been a study, nothing.
thing has to have spirulina. It's disgusting. Vegan.
Vitamin D is an animal hormone. How
And
can you
they
give
get
it to them? That makes no
DHA
sense.
Usually every other day as well. Again, it's just
It's obviously
liquid thing. We
fake.
did the Deva one, and I think brands
Fortified
elsewhere,
simply
it kind
means
of
that they add
ranges how
synthetic
much
chemicals
in
to
them,
it,
which is
which
important
are
because,
toxic.
for a lot of
It's not good.
children, for
It's
most
not healthy.
children, they're getting the vast breakfast.
Salt is a rock.
Often they
It's
will
also
have
toxic. It's going to
oatmeal,
accumulate in their
which
brain
is
and
like
damage their
basically
brain.
exactly how I make it for
Hello,
myself. It's
wake
oatmeal
up.
And
Omega
salt.
3s? It's been proven in studies. We
Yeah,
can't
and they will eat
convert
that,
that.
but the only way they will eat it
A baby?
is
Can a
there is
baby convert
marshmallow
flax
on top.
seeds to actually
It's so
usable
ridiculous. We've been
DHA,
trying
for
to get them to
example?
eat. My kid loves those.
Just check
They
the
are really good.
ingredients.
Sweet
They're
potato
toxic.
fries, we do.
The kid doesn't even understand that it's fake
Is
meat,
it
for
Alexa?
sure.
Is that the brand? Something like
So
that.
you're
Sweet
fooling
potato
him, you're
fries,
playing
it's
around with your kid's
yeah.
lives.
Sweet potatoes.
It's all child
oil
abuse,
and salt.
by
I think they're
definition.
horrible because it tastes like frozen broccoli. That my mother
Darling,
puts some olive
there's
oil
no
and salt
vitamin A
and
in
pepper on.
plants, okay?
Lots of salt, so that's actually
Never has been.
tasty. And again, everything
If you
just
mean
goes on
beta
a
carotene,
pan
that's
in
a
an oven
pigment of a
and
plant.
cooks
There's nothing to do with vitamin A, and humans cannot
Again, he
convert
just
it to
started doing
vitamin
this
A.
really in like the past week or
wow.
so. Like they're just
Full doesn't
right?
mean
so
nourish.
usually wait a little bit and then they'll actually want
Doesn't mean
some
satiated.
roasty broccoli.
Just means that
and,
they're full of
like
shit.
I said, feel a little bit better.
Eat some
and of
raw
course,
liver.
you know, I'm
Boom,
not just
every
gonna
symptom gone.
Kroger version of Laura about that.
Fiber,
The
fiber,
other
fiber.
video he did about
It's
what
junk
they
food,
eat
it's
because
fake
they just
food.
simply would not
Man.
drink enough. You know, so
They would
I
have
think
no
what people
constipation
think
if you
that
only
if
fed
you're
them raw animal foods.
vegan,
Nobody has ever in a
vegan,
million
then
years
you're
had
just gonna give in to
constipation for raw animal foods because you digest them. You don't
Okay, so
digest
for
fiber.
dinner, that's usually kind of
Another video today.
Hey
I'm
guys,
gonna be showing
I'm
you
having
guys
a mini
everything
stroke.
that I
What the
eat
fuck is that?
when I walk. So
Pure sugar. Is that supposed to be healthy or why do you show it?
Mix that with some pomegranate.
Anti-nutrients and sugar and fiber. So you get constipated.
I vinegar and
Carcinogens from the cooking, that's the brown
Our
crust.
kills the
Fiber,
taste
which you
of
can
sour.
digest.
Great. You guys can see.
And that's about it.
yum.
Anti-nutrients, toxins.
Once I got back home.
Alright, again, you put avocado on bread. Bread is full of anti-nutrients. Anything you put on bread is gonna go unnoticed by your body simply because it binds to the whatever minerals there are in the avocado.
I decided to
Just pointless.
banana that I brought to school.
At least eat avocado on its own.
Pretty
But
good. You know.
it's not a regular banana, it's man-made, okay? Regular natural bananas are full of seeds and there's hardly any fruit flesh. Is it called Buddha ball because you believe that what the Buddhists eat plant-based diet or vegan diet? Never has been like that. They promoted raw meat. Yeah, look into it. This certainly can be fun. Grain sludge, it's toxic and full of anti-nutrients, that's all you eat.
I don't think I'm saying it right, but
Yogurt
Jonas
is
Brothers.
made out of milk, so that's not yogurt. Why do you call it that? Because you crave the real thing? Well, then just eat the real thing. Why are you living in denial?
And for the
Why be
final
mentally
meal of this
ill?
Hopefully you guys found this helpful.
There's never been a tribe ever that's been vegan, and now you want other kids to go vegan? Based on what? You have no clue how it's gonna turn out for you.
I decided that I was community.
But 90% of what you eat now is junk food. You just showed it.
Such good recipe videos. One day I
A little girl grows up in the US, has no connection to nature, sees animals being slaughtered and goes vegan. Typical story.
I would, order stuff that I knew was more.
You wouldn't even
vegan
give a
than not.
shit
I
if you
would
came
order
from
like
nature.
that. Lasagna. Every year,
All of your cells are made out of it. Literally. You couldn't move your hand like this if there wasn't cholesterol and saturated animal
Another
fat.
fact that a lot of
God
people
damn
don't
it.
know is that between 20% and 50% worth.
Does she even hear what she's saying? That's the
People are so
definition of a
accustomed to the way
cult.
that they eat when they
I'm
do
not
eat
able
animal
to, I
products
can't
that to
eat
them,
this.
it
Why?
seems like there's
Why
no
not?
options. Even stuff that people
Ice
don't
cream
realize
is made out of
actually
cream.
even
It's
going
from
out
dairy.
isn't that hard anymore.
Again,
I know a lot
you're
of my
not
friends
eating
tend to go to
ice
McDonald's,
cream.
and I can get a full
You're
meal there
eating
without having to starve, 'cause there's a vegetable,
frozen
there's fries,
vegetable
and there's
oils
So
with
if you're one of those
synthetic
people that's genuinely worried about not having
sweeteners.
enough
They make the colors very saturated so that it appeals to the slaves. Oats have no nutritional value. They have some minerals, but seeing as they have the anti-nutrients that bind to the minerals, you actually lose more than you gain from oats. So if you eat anything else with oats, you actually don't absorb any of those minerals. It's such an absolute joke. A lot of people in the UK have been eating this since the starvation days, since World War II. So adding berries to it, again, what's the point? It's sugar and vitamin C. You can get it from anything. You can get vitamin C from meat. There's absolutely no point in eating them. There's, again, no nutritional value. There's a lot of toxins also in those seeds. Like, seeds are the most toxic thing you can eat. Like, that's the thing that nature doesn't want you to eat. The plant doesn't want you to eat its seeds. It's the plant babies. They protect themselves.
Ounces, 14 grams of fiber.
Tea is incredibly toxic, full of heavy metals and nutrients and other toxins.
With fat-free.
It's grain sludge. Okay, what are grains? Seeds. So it's seed sludge, and they're open up. They're not protected by their hard shell anymore. Seeds protect themselves. Once you chew them or you open them in some way, you get to the toxins, which is exactly what you don't want. And they probably think, oh yeah, I get to the nutrients. I get to some sugar. That's all that it offers. Okay, so you get sugar, and then what do you get? You get all of these harmful proteins in there. You get all of the toxins and the anti-nutrients, everything that you don't want. And then, of course, as you can see, it has a black crust. What is this? It's carcinogenic. And they always talk about meat being carcinogenic because everybody cooks it well done or grills it. But then they fucking eat this, which is just the fucking same thing. You can't burn your food. Of course you should eat raw, but if you don't eat raw, then at least fucking don't overcook it like this. And of course never cook grain sludge, but fuck, yeah. And some sugar by the side again. So it's all sugar. Now, these people are not healthy, they're not going to live long, they already look fucked up.
We have vegan cheese with bread and
there is no vegan cheese, it's completely toxic again, look into the ingredients.
The choices are so many, and we have 2 kids, a 13-year-old.
We eat a lot of tofu, which is an
You're
excellent
just trying to imitate
plant-based protein.
pigs?
And the way I make it is, you know,
Do you want kidney stones? Yeah, then drink that.
Literally drink an entire
Again, this has been studied.
What I eat
Definitely
many,
causes
many,
kidney
many days
stones.
of my life going on.
What the fuck is a phytonutrient? There's no such thing. Those are all toxins. If you're a plant eater, why not just eat the whole plants?
That's what I drink all my way in a week. So I have my
Yeah, but kelp has anti-nutrients. You can't absorb the iodine. Wake up.
Right now, I mean, for the
Alright, about the jalapenos. Why not try and eat a kilogram of those? Oh, because you wouldn't like that, right? Because they're toxic and you would throw up. Why do you eat food that you can't eat until satiation? Not that you could get satiated by plants anyway, but let's just assume that you could. Same with the guy who had all of these spices, little jars. Try to eat the whole little jar. Wouldn't even work. Try to eat a kilogram of the spices. You couldn't because they're toxic. Your stomach would burn, it would hurt, and you would throw up. Also, what about this logo of plant-based news? What does the heart stand for? Love for everybody? What about all the animals that plant agriculture kills? You kill way more animals than any factory farm. Way more. Just look into it.
Lied to, and you're in.
She also has breast implants. She's fake as hell.
I asked for forgiveness because.
Or you just switch to another addiction. Sugar. That's what all addicts do. They just switch addictions.
Foods that I need in order to. Okay,
There's over 15 nutrients you can get from plants. That's why you fail. That's why everybody fails. You gotta be completely mentally challenged to believe people like Fully Raw Christina. For over 10 years she's been eating raw vegetables and fruit. You gotta be retarded to believe that. She deserves all those idiot viewers. She just makes money off you, and that's what this is all about. It's a business for these people.
Looking better. That went on for 2 years. Up to me.
You are slowly eating yourself. That's what all vegans go through.
It was years that I did. It was in
This is the definition of malnutrition. It's not healing at all.
When I stopped getting my period again.
In every way you must have understood that this diet is not sustainable. And you should have told it to all of your viewers, but you didn't. You're a liar. That's the definition of a liar.
I told my doctor
Fiber, anti-nutrients and toxins. Again, this also happens to vegans. Plants protect themselves with these toxins. They are supposed to ruin your gut if you eat them. It's the purpose.
Which is really ironic.
You're not supposed to eat plants.
Good things were happening in my life.
Realize that we are carnivores.
Or I would do sick after it.
You were still eating something.
Fasting, I said, okay,
human flesh. Yourself.
I tried that for a while, and
fasting is a synonym of starvation. That's what the body does. You are an animal. It's exactly the same, literally. You only have animal cells. Something that made you completely sick is not something that you should be protecting anymore. That's just a sign that you're in a cult. It's totally mental ill. This is literally the definition of mental illness. She still doesn't get it. She doesn't want to realize it.
Antibiotics,
they would completely destroy your gut.
But they're not going to get to the
you would regret it forever.
You know, as I said,
Alright, the problem is, as I said, how can anybody take you serious or feel empathy if you lied to everybody for all this time? You could have just made videos and said, hey, I'm feeling bad because of this, I'm doing this, blah blah. No, nothing. And then you don't tell that you've been eating animal foods for such a long time, and you still promote plants because you still had recent videos of eating plants and yeah, grapefruit juice, even though none of that was actually helping you in any way, and you know that it's harmful. So it's just bullshit. This is a bullshit channel. It's making people unhealthy, especially plants don't want to be eaten. They've measured that they actually feel the pain, they react to it. There are living things like animals. Nothing that is alive wants to be eaten. Okay, nothing. Life doesn't work that way. You can't just eat plants just like that. Especially seeds. Those are the worst.
Chips, candy bars.
Pastries are bad for you, but it's in the food pyramid. Bread is pretty much the same, and you put it in as if it's healthy. Makes no sense already.
So for the next,
they're all man-made and don't exist in nature. Just so you know. Check the ingredients and you will know. No nutrients in them, but of course you will only focus on taste. Typical slave.
I am a bit nervous about...
They put in calories. What are calories? Macronutrients. Okay. For example, protein in almonds, as he showed. How would you know how much of it is digestible? You've never looked into it, because once you look into it, you'll find out, because it's a hard shell, it's fiber, it's super hard for humans to digest, and there's anti-nutrients that block you from digesting the protein because they don't want to be eaten, and all the other plants also have it. You end up with way less calories because those are macronutrients. It also includes the carbs, which you can get to quite a lot of compared to the protein and the fat, unsaturated oils, which cause heart disease, as if you would want that, and it hardly helps you at all with energy because we need saturated animal fat. So counting calories on a vegan diet is absolute bullshit, because you cannot get the right data anywhere. Say that fiber equals calories? It's dead matter that you can't digest. It's
over the next few days, my
cellulose, for example,
goes away. I feel like I find...
Just a bullshit propaganda video. Come on, man. You were farting all day, you stunk, nobody wanted to be around you. You lost weight. What does that mean? What does losing weight mean? I don't know. I guess it's good. The doctor said weight loss equals health. Oh, well, okay. It means that you ate yourself. It's cannibalism. Fasting equals starvation. It's exactly the same thing. Some idiots fast on purpose. They starve themselves. Some idiots like you go on vegan diets and starve themselves. You're all just a bunch of morons. It's just how it is. You ate saturated animal fat, your own. You ate animal flesh, your own. Human flesh, that's what you did. You lost weight, which means that a vegan diet is not sustainable. You just disproved veganism. 30 days and you lost weight. What would happen if you would continue? You would die. Yes, say it with me. Die. That's what would happen if you would continue. And this is why you stopped. This is bullshit that some people make these videos. Oh, I went vegan for a week or a month. Oh, it helped me so much. I lost weight or whatever. Or some go vegan for 7 months, lose tons of weight, which means that they were on a ketogenic diet the whole time, eating themselves. And then, oh, well, but now I'll stop. I asked them, why do you stop? Oh, blah, 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 blah. They can't give a real reason because they felt like absolute shit. They were eating themselves. Somebody was saying, stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm starving.
Yeah, because
it's selfish wanting to be healthy. It's so wrong. It's immoral.
But then again, I don't get, and we both don't get the party for you, you know?
All you're saying is follow Big Pharma like a slave.
I know a lot of you will be saying that fish is healthy, but it's not.
Vitamin D is an animal hormone. Debila Zug.
So when you and the next one is
synthetic iron is incredibly toxic. It's the cause of a lot of disease. There's nothing to do with the iron we use in our body. It's nothing to do with heme iron. Their bodies are already toxic. Look at all the ink. Because vegans lack fat-soluble vitamins, and they get them from eggs. Who's been vegan for 30 years? Who? There's never been a case. It's synthetic, it's fake, your body can't use it. There's never been proof that a supplement works, never. No study, nothing has ever proven that any supplement works,
blows my mind.
you're suicidal.
Every time I
You
see
don't
all of
care
this, it
about
blows my mind.
yourself or your family.
I can't even imagine.
Alright, this guy is more soy than human. The way he talks, they tell us to do this, we should do this, we need to do this. Absolute flave. How are you a man? What the fuck? You can't even take care of your family. You're making them sick. This is anyway. Thank you for watching.